Oh, hello there everyone. Welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. My name is Emily. Today we are here at Frankfurt Main Sud. Main Sud on the Frankfurt to Fulda route that came with the recently released Train Sim World 5. We're going to get ready and we'll be taking this service today, Flix train FLX 1240, I believe it is. Yep, Flix FLX 1240, which is a service from Stuttgart to Berlin. And yeah, we're going to get ready and go basically. So open the doors on the right hand side. That's set, that's set. The last items on the agenda for me are to just enable all our safety systems. These are actually usually done in the engine room, but they haven't wanted to model that, which is a shame, but it is what it is. Right, reverse will go forwards now. Headlights, they're set up correctly. I want to go quick bar, FB.
AFB, AFB.
There you go. So, difference with the AFB on the Vectron, you select it, then you click the top down, which then locks it in. What we'll do is I'm going to dump my loco brake on. And I'm going to, there's that mount, give it a second to mount, and then I'll let the train brake off. We've got 10 seconds. We'll unlock. No, actually, we'll get both doors locked. Preparation for departure. We're a fast run all the way through to Fulda today. But it is actually quite a nice little run this. You do catch the train up on the way, so you get a bit of adverse running, which is quite nice. And quite a challenge for a route learner. Right! Forward, forward, let's go. The blast of the horns as we pull away. So interesting note with the Vectron. I've obviously got it in full power, but it's got AFB enabled. You can see we are in restricted monitoring right now. And what will happen is the train knows it's in restricted monitoring and doesn't want to smash itself into a PZB-induced brake. Didn't need to acknowledge that, but I did anyway. So it's limiting us to 40, which is quite cool. Yeah, we'll release that now, which will now mean the train will accelerate up to 80. Just a cool little feature I've recently discovered in the Vectron. Now there was a separate video coming which covers from Frankfurt and Main to Hanau. So you'll see us flying down the track to our right there in an ice T, I think it is. No, it's not. No, it's the ice, the 403, the ice 3. Sorry, I get confused with my icy boys. Right. What's that? Like third or fourth run of this route, I've just noticed that building for the first time. So how are you guys doing today? Hope you're doing pretty well. I've actually had an okay day today. I got a bit emotional after basically I pushed myself to go out, which was really good and very grown up, very demure, very not very cutesy, but you know, demurity, as they say. 150, let's go, because we went through a 140 on missed acceleration point, and you'll see a 150 just here. So I went out and pushed myself, which was really good. For those of you not aware, I'm off work at the moment because I've started HRT recently and it's hit me a ton of breaks. Basically, I've gone from being a balanced human to a cat. I sleep about 9 hours every day, like through the day. So, no, try again. I sleep around 13 to 14 hours a day every day, and anyone who like annoys me madly just gets killed. And it's just, I can't literally get through a day at work when I'm this tired or this de-energized. And I've been told it gets better, so it's going to be a week or two whilst it gets better. I've just realised the train line isn't on, so we'll start that. I basically just mean powering the train, heating in the train. It makes very little difference because so that just smashed me immediately. That's interesting. I always get smacked with PZB in this area, and I literally just stood on the brakes fully and nothing happened. So that's not on me at that point, because I broke at the warning point.
Zugbeeinflussung.
So I would protest that potentially that isn't set up right, but we'll see. So yeah, that because it's a 2000 hertz magnet though, which is quite cool. I can basically just we've got emergency braked, but there's going to be no penalty on pull away. Yeah. You'll see what 0 to 70 looks like. Watch this, as she says with blind confidence. You see, you've got wheel slip on the front traction motor. That's why that's pulling a lot lower than the rest. But it's now recovering. Bit of a wobble. That's 40. .110 limit, which is the 70 which we got bugged. No, we haven't. This is problems. To catch a 150, which is there. Does that work? See if that works. So double tapping the top of the throttle should give me the train length indication. It does. That's amazing. I do enjoy Vectrons. They're genuinely quite locos. It's the lads at Siemens knocked it out the park with this. I hope we see some in the UK. I don't think they do 25 kV is the only issue. They do 15. But I mean, inventing a new traction system to go inside this shouldn't be that hard. They've done it already multiple times. Not so much this Vectron, but bear with me and we'll check my notes. No, actually, I've not got. Yeah, we are in a 160 now. That's Wiesbaden. That's as far as you can get towards Frankfurt on the S8. It's just absolutely. I love this flyover here. It just you come down to this side, and you feel the train go to its maximum speed. You're like, oh, power. Bear with me. So I've got a little while at 160. So yeah, you got obviously you can see you got the DB Vectron, which is one of the Vectrons that comes with this. And I'm really hoping you get the Railpool Vectron. So we've seen all three Vectrons now that are in Train Sim World currently. I do have some reskins, and hopefully we'll see those. But yeah, pretty cool. So really quickly to show you, if you've got a system mode, you can see this train is qualified to run on German 15 kV, German 25 kV, Austrian 15 kV, and Austrian 25 kV, and Swedish, sorry, 15 kV. So basically what I'm saying is, actually, so it can do 25, so this could, in theory, go to the UK. Because this has ERTMS, and we've got ERTMS coming soon, or they call it ETCS in this part of the world, coming soon to the south end of the East Coast Main Line. So, you know, you can see these running sort of Thameslink, I guess, or Great Northern services from London to Peterborough. But as that expands, though, you could definitely see these coming across, and I'd love to see them run it. Like, even an area where I think is absolutely rich for pickings to get ETCS implemented is HS1. And you could then have Euronights or night jets come across. You know, I'd love a sleeper train from St Pancras to Vienna or something like that. That would be amazing. They already do Pancras to Vienna, sorry, Paris to Vienna. So you know, imagine that as a journey. You know, you get on a train at say 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so it would be quite an early departure to be fair. But you're in Vienna for 8 in the morning. For about the price of your hotel room, you know, in Heathrow that night. Okay. Purely because this doesn't like me. I'm going to start slowing to 130 now, by hand. There is a passenger mode video coming for this train as well.
Zug beeinflussen.
Oh, I slowed really early. Lol. Oh well. Sorry, I've got Heather stuff in my head still. You guys who watch my videos regularly will be able to pull out like my musical obsessions. So I've had a really cool week actually. Aside from dealing with medical side effects, I did Heather's for the last sort of 2 weeks. Get the bloody Störvac on there. But no, I've seen Heather's.
Zug beeinflussung.
I've done. Let AFB take this portion for the braking action. So I've done Heather's. I've done Kathy and Stella Solve a Murder. So, because Kathy and Stella Solve a Murder is finishing or has finished, it was genuinely a really good show. It's sad that it's finished, and there's lots of lovely little details in that we sort of realised after overanalyzing massively. I'm not gonna lie, that is some weird ass graffiti. It makes a change though. I think I prefer the older style, but it's still quite cool to see. Anyway, but yeah, so seeing Kathy and Stella Solve a Murder, that was quite cool. Heather's, of course. Heather's, to be honest, was really good in a way because I feel like I learnt from it a lot, and that's a great takeaway to have. Is I don't want to say it was rubbish because it wasn't, but I looked at it and thought I don't like this, but I now understand why. That's a shame that shadow's advancing in front of us still. That gets fixed as soon as you leave that guide rail section. So it is just the points and guide rails that... No, I thought they fixed that issue with the shadows advancing in front of your train. Oh no, because that's the junction that went over. That's very interesting. I thought it would be the frog, so to speak, of the junction that was the area where the shadows were funky. That's still advancing quite close to me. I don't know if that's just the way my angle changes. It's difficult to see going on curves here, we'll be honest. So, we are 21.8, so we're not that far for 100 restrictions, so I'm just going to use my air brakes for it. But no, like I said, Catherine's House Ultimate, that was superb. But like I said, it all shows, even if I don't enjoy them, because I sort of do quite want to make theatre at some point, like, it's just great as a... I always feel like I pick up little tidbits here and there, and it's a way for me to learn about a show, or learn about what a show could do better. So, yeah, if I'm going to dissect a little bit here, and I know you guys don't come in for the theatre talk, but you're getting it. For example, one of the things I felt in Heather's is that the ensemble just sort of stood there for large points on stage and didn't really do much. And that's fine because I understand there's symbolism there because it's Heather's is in high school. And sort of like the feeling in high school for everyone watching it, and I get that. But I don't think it added to the show. But whereas in And Juliet, which I saw a few days ago as well, that was basically and Juliet, honestly, it's like 2.5 hours of IV dopamine. It's great. But I sort of felt from that. So event was basically signalling. So I've advanced my AFB fully forward, and I'm basically letting the LZB manage us to give us the maximum speed it feels it can. Notice we are following a train which is about 6k ahead, and that is why. So AFB symbology. Sorry, I'll come back to theatre in a moment. This is our distance to our next speed change. This is within 4. This is basically show it counts down within 4k on that bar there. Obviously, this is our speed. The yellow diamond is our selected speed in the AFB. The flash is our selected speed in the AFB. The red triangle is the maximum permitted speed according to LZB. And that flashing yellow diamond there is the speed I have selected, but it's saying I'll go that fast when I can, which it won't. Thanks for coming, folks. I think it will actually pick up potentially momentarily to 200 for a little bit, which is quite cool because you'll see sort of this train run at its maximum speed. There you go. So 200 kilometers an hour is around 125. which he just gets up and goes. I absolutely love the Vectron. I mean, this is not a heavy load for a Vectron at all. I think it's like 200 and something tons. Yeah, 8 coaches, 300 tons, 182 tons, 400 tons amongst friends. She just gets up and goes with it, which is great. But yeah, but in Juliet, the ensemble, when they came on, it sort of felt like really quite cool and quite powerful. So it's just, it's interesting to learn things like that from it. And I'm not, you know, when I criticise the show and I criticise like ideas and decisions that have been made, it comes from a place of respect. You know, I fully recognise I could not do better than the person, but it's just good to learn from things that you look at and you go, I see what you were trying, but it hasn't quite worked out. Yeah. But no, so yeah, and I'm seeing Come From Away on Saturday, which is quite fun. It's that was my first show I ever saw in the West End, and I love it to bits. It's such a powerful show. See, we are catching that train up in front of us. We are catching it, probably not as... It's moving, but it's a train. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to be a little bit radical. So here's my logic I'm going to apply. Obviously I've run this before, so I know what train we normally follow on this. And that is a valid way of decision making as a driver, is you know what train you normally follow, you know how fast that would normally go. But what I'm going to do is when we get to within sort of within 5k of the end of the LZB, so LZB ends at the 45 mile post. Once again, for those of you who don't do German stuff regularly with me, what I'm using to gauge where I am is the mile posts. 34.0, 34 is the kilometre post, the number of kilometres, the 2 is the number of hundreds of metres. So at the 40 mark, what I'll do, I'm going to select 85 on the RFB, which will then cause the train to slow itself down to 85 and sit there. That will mean that we hopefully about hold pace with that train in front of us. Because that train in front of us is from experience, I know it's just stopping Regional Express. So, that we've caught up. So 85 is about a good speed for him, because he'll do about 160, the fastest he'll go is 160. But obviously he stops, so 85 is sort of a good pace to go, in my opinion, to keep pace behind him. This isn't metagaming, it's route knowledge. So 36.6, so yeah, it's basically saying I'm coming to an end, I've got a block there, so what I'm actually going to do is we'll just put 85 in the box. So you can see the train's on maximum braking, so it's overtaking the curve that is presented to it by the LZB. Also, we're still a mile away, and it's got us slowing down through 80 miles an hour. It's definitely, you know, it's trying to not stop us, basically, which is quite cool. You do have to be careful with LZB as it starts braking it. I'm not sure if this is a IRL thing or a Train Sim World thing, but it does feel like it gets a little bit jolty. It's decided it's going to just slow us down all the way it can. So I'm trying to take the throttle out and we'll just coast for a while. And then it's going to start braking us again. That was 95, I wanted 85. You should see that train in front of us, actually, 600 metres. Alright, she's just round the curve. See, since that's checking us out, check us down was standard in theory. Let's see what we're following. Red aspect there. Oh, we're following a freight. Even better. 85. Yeah, 85. We'll smack 85 in. So we actually catch up a different train later on. Oh, one of our Flix train friends. Yes, it's a local we got loaned to someone else, but yeah. So what I'm actually going to do is, like I say, so I'm going to go to about 60. Just like that train, get ahead of us. It does actually get pulled into some points, not into a yard. But we'll keep it nice and slow. It allows us to drive a bit more defensively. And it means that we're not sort of jolting passengers around as much. I will say as well, whilst we're sort of travelling at this slow speed, we've got the LCD monitoring. I've actually got extra time on a Flix train. My problem with doing it is I have to pay for it. So as you guys know, I work in the railway industry here in the UK, and one of the perks we get is if you work through employment for more than a year, you get what's called FIP, and it's basically heavily discounted / free trains all the way across the continent. That means that trains will probably be put out of our way. I'll go 120. Just because, like I said, I'm trying to not get smacked by any sort of particularly drastic braking. No, it's PZ boost to end down, and then we'll go. There we go, we're end at PZB. My apologies. Yeah, it's 40.0, my apologies, not 45. I made a mistake then. Alas. We'll see what this next signal is. If it's a green over green, then we'll go for it. Because we are still at a 160 limit here. Until the 54th milepost, sorry. So you've still got like 14k at 160. Which is quite quick, to be fair. Also, look how quickly this thing gets up and goes. Like I say, it's a quick boy. Tracks going southbound, of course, Bombardier product, now an Alstom product. That's just a weird thing to call it, an Alstom Tracks. What do I see? Is that a flashing green? No, that is a green. That's green. So what we'll do is we'll go up to our line speed now for 160. TPWS and AWS operational. Right. 41.8. Caveat. Well, that's fun. 1000 hertz magnetic activate. I'm not sure why. I didn't see anything that should indicate one activating, but oh well. Hold it off in quick release. Let the brakes pressurize to 4 bar. Release it back to normal release. Take care. Yeah, and we are of course once again restricted to 4 and 5. 45. I've got no idea what hit me there. Yeah, I think I played myself basically is what happened there. That's an ice one. Nicey boy. We'll pass this signal and release us from our restricted monitoring. There we go, released us, and we can go up to... I'm going to reselect 85 because I think we're going to find that regional express momentarily. Right, that Rexy boy. Yeah, so we've got a freight train. Got to be electric locomotive. Banging. Song. Right, Open the drop lights. Light window, get a bit of fresh air circulating, and that's enough fresh air for today. I'm a gamer after all. Now, I went out for like 2 hours this afternoon, which was a massive mistake of course. And I had something to sell at CEX, and they were like, "Can you come back in 2 hours?" And I was like, "Paid? Yeah, okay." Basically, it was just they had a lot of stuff on test. I went back in like an hour and 3/4, and they were like, "Yeah, it's fine. We've got you sorted." So this is a repaint I've got from Practice Club, which I quite enjoy. It's accurate. It's sort of there are some issues as always, just with what you can do with the repaint tools. You know what? It's not bad. It ain't half bad. Ain't half bad, Chuck. Right. So 44.8. Gonna get thrown 1,000 hertz magnet probably. My notes say to expect one. Put it that way.
Zugbeeinflussung.
But no, there was a Pokemon event on today, so it was really fun. So I basically spent my afternoon sitting catching Ponyta. I went from like having like 1 Ponyta to having like 20 Ponyta and like 6 high spec for my level. Evolved Rapidash as well because I just caught so many Ponyta. Like I transferred loads of them. I think I caught like 40 or so Ponytas. It was insane. It was just like just go somewhere, sit down on a bench, catch all the Ponyta, go to the next landmark. Yeah, it was quite a fun little way to play the game. You know what? I'm always someone who takes the angle of just be chill, you know, and enjoy what you do, and I did basically. So what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I've got to take a break today because it's a Sunday. This is very early on Sunday morning that I'm recording this. But the plan is to do it as a thing. Thanks. And then it allows me to reset all of my like weeks to start on a Monday, so like all my points add up correctly, which makes me a happy girl. A happy girl. I'm a happy girl. Yeah, that is my song I sing to myself to make myself happy. Right, 47.2. We've not caught any adverse signaling at this point, so I'm just going to smash, and we'll wait until we catch one. So we are still in that 160. So let's go. Let's just get up to 160 and smash for that. There's the 130 warning.
Zugbeeinflussung.
You know what? I'll just put 130 in the box since it's that close to it. I'll chop up our bit aggressively for passive unfortunately, but it'll be fine. And we'll just... No idea what I caught that for. I always seem to look down at the precise moment I get whacked with a PZB. Almost like a skill set, this. Let's see what smacked me.
Zwangsbremsung. 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 Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
It was this signal here. Fine. Let's just go. Let's go. Of course, you got the 130, so that is now bugged in the RF bay.
Zugbeeinflussung.
There you go, allow me to release. So we're going all the way up to 130 now. I'll acknowledge this signal, and that way it can't shout at me. I'll pull back my power a bit. I acknowledged that.
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
I literally hit PZB,
Zwangsbremsung.
like, page down.
Zwangsbremsung.
Just PZB acknowledged.
Zwangsbremsung.
So that's
Zwangsbremsung.
not on me, that's a bug, folks.
Zwangsbremsung. Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
We'll hold it off.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
Traction lock released. Full power. But stop caught in this last... I chose I can't withstand before the signals were back there in this area. The last time I ran this. It is cool that you can see you get a bit of spin here. But I almost wonder if that's simulating the front wheel conditioning the rest of the railhead.
Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung. Zwangsbremsung.
Okay, I'm going to disable the PZ. We're going to speak to maintenance control, and because we've got a competent person in the cab with me, aka you, we've agreed that we're going to disregard that. I just shouldn't have been hit by that. What was that? Let's run past us about then. Oh, rail pull Vectron, one of our bros from the Siemens factory. I'm going to give it one last chance. If we get caught one more time, I will disable the PZB.
Zugbeeinflussung. Zugbeeinflussung.
I'm also going to put my speed back slightly. It does look very smart, the Vectron. I love the headlights, signs as well. They just look pretty, these things, man. They just look pretty. Pretty. It's pretty. That's all greens, that means I don't have to acknowledge this signal. If that smacks me, I'll be genuinely upset. I'm going to give it one more signal, as long as I pass out in a green aspect, then I'll go back up to 130. Yeah, because you pick up to 150. Oh. So I'm travelling around like 50 miles an hour below the speed limit. Convenient. We'll go up to 150, we'll pick it up. Depends what this signal does for us. No, that is green, green, green. Yeah, and this is where I think we actually passed that RE train. Cool little narrow gauge on the right there. And we smashed now. Okay, so 140 through the stations, so we'll put 140 in the box. Yeah, that is the RE train that was causing us trouble. So there was an RE train, see? I just forgot about the freight train. Gotta be a freight train, baby, gotta be a diesel locomotive. I just like the fact that we pick up speed as we go through the stations. It just looks like we're going this quick all the time. We're not, but it sells the punters on it, man. It sells the punters. 150. That's it. You know what? We'll give it the mip mip. I'll wait for them. Right, I'm done waiting. 150, please. Or is that? It does look like. Maybe it's not. I got to meet me without the train previously, was it? We'll see. Right, 55.6. Okay, so we are actually 160 line speed now. Not for long, but we are there. Absolutely love the rock you get in this at speed. Like I say, when you go over the points, not so much now, but in the preview, the first 30 minutes video I did, that bunch which got corrupted and disappeared, and I'm really sorry, but I can't make that come back now. The swing over the points at Fulda, which if you guys didn't see, I had just this moment of full immersion, the way the cab swung over the points, and I was like, oh, but yeah. And the sort of the bonus action as well, it's a bit extreme, but it's about right. Yeah. I mean, I obviously don't have the experience with Vectrons because I don't travel Vectrons that much. But my day job, I ride around on 800s all day. So, yeah. And one bit of feedback is the colour of the trees. I'm getting a really big flashbacks for Vectron by those, and it doesn't feel different. Right. What I'll do, so 63.8, we get a 110 warning post. I want to brake about the 63 mile post just to give myself enough space so that we don't get smacked. 63 mile post coming up on the nose, so I put 110 in the box. There's 63 mile post, and it'll just give the train tons of time. Basically gives it 1.8, it gives it a mile to slow down, as opposed to whatever I was giving it previously. No warning there, but it just stops hitting a 2000 Hz magnet. Just to be safe, hit the acknowledge. Right, power on. Just hold the train at 110. This is as slow as we go. Aside from obviously the slowdown into Fulda. So you love the way the slow car works. I know I spend most of my videos and most route loads in the cab, but in this I'm like, she's so pretty. 65.4, we should catch a 120. So basically there's some tight curve if you get pulled to 110 from. There's 120. We're 200 metres long, so we know that 65.4 is where the milepost is, so we're going to wait to 65.6, which is there. 120 in the box. 20. Just accelerate. You can see very little power going into that front axle, but the 3 are pulling quite hard. I wonder if that's like dropped out for some reason. That moving. That's cool that we're seeing actual movement in the fudge sickles, movement in the actual KV. So the KV is obviously in theory there's 15,000 volts of AC current in those overhead wires. However, that fluctuates. So if we're in the middle of nowhere, it'll be 15,000 on the button. If you're in a really busy part of London, it'll go right down. As an example, there was recently some disruption due to basically the overhead line system tripping out because there was too much straw in the UK. I'm not going to specify location here, but basically because a load of trains were released, electric trains were released to move at the same time, they all took a load of power out of the overhead to start moving, and the system went wow, and it just collapsed. Well, it didn't collapse. It didn't. But it basically tripped out the something's horrifically wrong with me system, and yeah, and it basically ended up like causing all the trains to come to a grinding halt again, and the trains had to be cleared to move away one at a time, which was quite funny. But yeah, basically it's just to do with draw. So if you guys go back to my Ostbahn video, where we drive the K-Trains Vectron from Vienna Ausbahnhof to Bratislava Petrozelka, then in that video you'll see I get smacked by a similar system where we draw too much current from the overheads, and it drops the pan on us. I've not seen it drop the pan in this, but it can do if it wants to, basically, as far as I can understand it. I'll go to 110 because that is actually our next speed limit. It's not that far away. So we are 71 is the 110 again. So yeah, about a kilometre out. 110. Okay, start braking please, train. I know I selected 115 and that's on me, but like, can you not? Stop doing that! Ooh. Oh, that was a 110 warning. Oh well, I noted that well. We will still arrive on time. There's tons of padding in all the timetables and train symbol 5, which is a shame. But yeah, you can see I've also got the train symbol guard mode, which that happens when this pops up, so I can do stuff like watch the sky, right? I'll leave it the way it is, just for thingy, but yeah. I always set light cloud now, because if you set it to clear, it looks shit. Light cloud looks a little bit better. If you, yeah, 76.4 would go back up to 140, and then it's basically, so the last milepost we catch on this line is 106. And then we start taking, then we drop into LZB monitoring for a while again. But no, overall, I've really enjoyed this route actually. I'm enjoying all the Trains to World 5 routes. I've not done San Bernardino properly yet. Purely because it's a 2-hour run, man. And I've just not got the energy for that. I've done taking the MT-36 to the depot, which is quite a fun little run to do. But yeah, but no, overall, I am so far really enjoying this, to be fair. I'm hopeful that, Train Sim World 5, obviously it's only been out, sort of, I've been a bit rushing to record. It's the 15th of September today. So I've only really had access to it for, well no, it was basically a day and a half. So it came out on the 12th, so bear in mind it's like not that long after midnight on the 15th for me as well. But yeah, it's a nice little game. And there's times with Train Sim World I'm a bit like, guard mode or conductor mode it's very funky, and there's down to even like broken textures and stuff, and that is just not been caught in beta, or even not in beta testing, in like internal testing. That's when that should have been caught, and that to me is not really an excusable bug to have. some of it just isn't right, and I've covered that off in the obviously the video on it. But overall, like the routes and the trains are lovely. I've not driven the ICT yet. We do cross one with one today, which is quite nice to see. Sadly, we don't cross any Flix trains, which is a bit of a shame. There's our 140, of course. There we go. Train smash. It's going to smash again. I'm going to go back up to 140. At the 77.8 mile post, which is in 600 meters, we go up to 160, which is quite fun. So we only do 160 through the tunnel, and then we exit the tunnel at 140, which is quite a fun little thing to balance. So, watch this. It's literally, so I think this is 1 point in time for a 2-track tunnel, and then a new ball's been put into the side. I actually think that is what the case is here. And you know, basically, so what's happened is there's been a new wall for a tunnel put in, and this side's been single tracked. So there's a lot of extra space to the side of us. Can I go to high intensity headlights? Apparently not. But yeah, you can see sort of in snippets, like there's quite a bit of space to that side, not so much to this side. So they've high speeded it basically. Okay, time to think about slowing down now because we want to exit at 140. Uh-oh. Ah, stop being a dick. I apologise for my bluntness, but that was just the game messing with me. And there's 140 in the box. So yeah, we slowed down far more than we should have, so we've basically lost any extra time we earned. Crying shame, but I just got caught by that. The whole clicking into screens is a great feature, but it's going to take a lot of getting used to. No idea what that alarm is. Yeah, you see we come at the centre of the bore here. So yeah, we are now at 140 until the 93 mile post, at which point we pick up back up to 160. It is a lovely train to drive, this Vectron. I love it. It genuinely makes me so happy to drive, and I'm so glad it's in the game properly. As well, the Talbots, they obviously look old, but actually the interiors are lovely on them. Like those tail lamps on the back, vintage. They look cool though. You know what, genuinely, this is a train I feel like I'm going to get way more use out of. I am also going to do a video in the future, because this train will now continue towards towards Kassel, on the Kassel Würzburg route. It goes up towards Berlin. A double thought here. Yeah, I got turned around, and I will do that for a future video. That will do because it's not in the timetable, at least for now, on Kassel Würzburg. But you can still set that up as a free roam train and have it run. And I'd love to just, I mean, all you'll do is sit with the throttle wide open, hitting the seeker resets like I am struggling to do here. But yeah, it's a lovely little run, this. Lovely little run out, you know. So we'll go up to 160, tappy taps. And you see the throttles go wide open. Well, not quite wide open, but the engines pick up. But no, I've had a lovely little day today. Like I say, and I'm going to say this for the benefit of any work colleagues watching who wanted to have a go at me for saying I've had a lovely day and I'm still not at work. I've had a lovely day, but I've also struggled to stay awake for most of it, and I had a random cry when I got back from a walk. So, yeah, that is not me being fit for work. This is not the way I normally am. Simple as. I just had to get that out there because there are some people who would love to report this, and yeah, that would make me sad. Anyway, 95.8 milepost. Next one for us is 106, which is the last one here. We do get changed over to a 140 limit shortly thereafter, but when we know there'll be more that ring cells, that'll be able to take us down. You know what, there's times I really struggle to do route learners and I just can't do anything other than don't want to touch a train basically with a 10-foot barge panel. Then there's other times I really want to, basically I really want to do them and I'm struggling to do the weekend videos. So for those of you who haven't understood the format of my channel, Mondays we do a route learner every Monday. Every Saturday and Sunday we do a variety gaming video, so that can be anything from DCS, MSFS, which we read popular lately, and I need to do more of, but I just don't want to at the moment. Videos, or even like TSW5, doing guard mode and stuff like that, which I will actually probably do one for. But anyway, it's about finding your pace in that. And yeah, at the moment I'm well ahead on these, but I'm not well ahead on the weekend content. I'd rather, my priority is to do these videos, because these are always the videos which I get the most enjoyment from. If not anyone else, me, I get the most enjoyment from this. Yeah. But no, you know what? I know I love working in the UK railway industry, but I wish we had Vectrons, man. If we got Vectrons, I would go for driver. I get asked a lot actually by colleagues and friends why I don't go for a train driver job. It's, for me, I like the idea of driving a train, but it's my hobby, at least at the moment, and I quite like it being my hobby. So how do you, okay, weird. It's doing brightness, I'm not after, there we go, that's what I was after, the duration. Yeah, dark mode. We can do it on this side too now. So you put dark mode on both screens, it's a lot easier to look at. You can sort of invert the contrast, not on the panels there. It's quite nice to do. Feels a bit weird, feels like the blue just looks weird on that now, doesn't it? But I don't know if the blue should probably change to white or something. I'm not quite sure what it would change to, but it would change to it feels like it should change too, basically. But no, that's more of a thingy bug. 104.6, yeah, we are approaching the end of the Frankfurt Fulda route. You can see on the left there, sweeping in, that is the Castle Wurzburg line from Wurzburg, and we're entering LZB signalling. We've got a 140 restriction coming up in 2K. Saying I'm going to break soon, that is fine, we acknowledge that. I'm not in PCB monitor, so I have to acknowledge that. C for acknowledge. I will let the train slow itself down to 140. Okay, I don't trust it, I'm doing it myself now. Uh-oh. Yeah, I smacked that emergency myself, though. Yeah, I reset it, though. So yeah, that is the 140. Our next restrictions are 100 and 1.8k. Yeah, you can't change brake mode, which is understandable. You don't want to be able to change that mode. But yeah, so at last, we can just literally do that for now. And that sets the AFB wide open to our train's maximum speed of 200. And then it basically will just restrict us to the speed of the train. But again, I'm going to go to idle power, post our way in. Bear in mind, we were due in at 8 minutes past. We've got a mile to go, and we've still got 2 minutes to get there. Perfect time, really. So we'll just take it nice and chilled out. Put it into release now. Just coast it down. 2354. So 235 is our milepost. 4 is 100 meters. 2370 is where we hit the 140. So we are counting down this segment. And you can see this is the station of Fulda approaching us. Got a little bit of braking on. I'll hold it off now. 60 is a good speed to approach the platforms out. And then it is saying 600 meters is a red aspect, which is fine. We're aware of that, basically. At 25 kmh, it's probably slow to put into a platform, but I don't really care. We've got buckets of time. We've got 30 seconds to stop, which is more than what we're expecting here. But there we go. After an hour's fast run from Frankfurt, we're arriving into Fulda. We've, yeah, honestly, I've really enjoyed that run. Hopefully you guys did as well. It is a lovely little drive. Put in a notch one. No, I need to roll forward. Roll forward. Thing is, we are fully platformed. So the mileposts, or the stop markers here, go off your train's length. Interestingly, that says 160. We should in theory stop at the 210. But I'm trying to stop where it says to stop. Oh no, that's a 210 there. My apologies. Oh, that... Huh. Interesting. There we go. Release the doors on the right. I use that switch because when I use those, it just doesn't release them for some reason. We can release the doors. Actually, what we'll do is we're going to secure the cab because we're doing a crew changeover. Key off. Well, actually, key on.
AFB. AFB.
And then take control of my cab.
AFB.
Actually, I can isolate the desk for now since I'm getting it.
AFB.
So we're going to wait for everyone to hop on board, and then we have to close the doors before this service can end. But alas, I will do that at my own time. Thank you guys so very much for watching today's video. Hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I honestly love driving the Vectron. I love that we can now do it on passenger services. Thank you guys so much for watching today's YouTube video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, hit that like button. Subscribe to see more from me on a regular basis. And just before the 60-minute mark, I will bid you guys adieu, or as we're in Germany say, auf Wiedersehen.